Yo, what is up guys? Anthony here, back with another Destiny Child video, and in today's video everyone, we're going to be heading into the Lisa's Extra Lessons here, which is of course part of the 2nd anniversary event list for Destiny Child Global. Now of course, Lisa's Extra Lessons is a huge boost to everyone's account, as it does grant you with a ton of amazing rewards for completing some basic missions here listed on the event icon. So if you go into your home screen here, as you can see, we do have the Extra Lessons icon right here on the top left middle. As you can see, we do have here the Lisa's Extra Lessons for the 2nd anniversary of Destiny Child Global. Now we of course are on the 3rd lesson of the Lisa's Extra Lessons, but I still wanted to head over the missions and the lessons each individually here on the channel and give you all my recommendations for a beginner player and of course the intermediate / veteran player as well. Now we'll be starting of course from lesson 1, just in case you guys haven't yet started already. So as you can see, for lesson 1, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you do complete the 2 sets of quests here and submit them before the deadline, you will be able to receive 2 of the rewards here listed below. So for the first lesson, we do have fight 3 battles in the story mode, any difficulty, and use 30 stamina in total to claim 2 of the 5-star units listed below. Now we of course do have a ton of basic 5-star units here. Now as for the beginner players, I would personally recommend you guys to obtain a unit such as Senga here, the water type supporter unit. Senga is a top tier unit overall in Destiny Child Global and will be for a very long time, and of course with the introduction of Ignition, she will just be even stronger as you progress throughout Destiny Child. As for the second option here, if you haven't yet already obtained a Dana from your level up rewards as you are a beginner player, do keep in mind you can pick up a Dana here if you would like to for an uncap. And my third and last recommendation for a unit of lesson 1 would probably be Mott here, as she's a very top tier healer for the world boss trial and of course PvE, which will help you a ton with carrying throughout the story mode and just general events around Destiny Child. Now if you are actually in need of an attacker unit, I would actually suggest another character such as Forbidden Eve. If we scroll down a little bit here, let's see if we can find her here on the list. We do have her featured up on the top right of the list. As you can see, Forbidden Eve here, the water type attacker unit. Now Eve is a very strong poison unit and has been resurfacing as an amazing attacker with the introduction of the Ignition system. So do keep in mind, if you are a newer player, I would suggest in order the units of Sunny Senga, Dana as an uncap, Mott if you haven't yet obtained a healer unit, and of course Forbidden Eve for an attacker if you haven't yet picked one up already. So do keep in mind your own child archive when choosing these units, as of course you do want to get the most out of the Lisa's Lessons. As for a veteran player, I would personally suggest you guys to pick up any uncaps that you do need. Of course, if you haven't yet uncapped your Dana or Senga to max, etc., do make sure to pick up those copies. But if you did manage to uncap most of your national 5-star units, do keep in mind you can pick up some fodder for Ignition. Of course, as you can just pick up 2 water type units and use those for Ignition fodder if you do need so for your Senga or Thisbe, and accordingly if you are igniting Banshee, Kane, etc. And if you do want some more fodder, you can just pick any of these units for some HOR material if you would like to save those for later. Now those are my recommendations for lesson 1 here of the Lisa's Extra Lessons. As for lesson 2 here, we of course do have the quest here, level up any child to level 10, and of course level up any skill on any child. So a pretty self-explanatory set of quests here for the 2nd lesson of the Lisa's Extra Lessons event. Now after completing these 2 sets of quests, you can of course claim 2 of the following rewards, which of course will be the summoning tickets here, which does grant you with a 5-star unit of a specific type. Now of course we do have the water type 5-star summoning ticket, which of course will grant you a 5-star water type child, and so on for the fire one here, wood type, light type, and dark type. As for the bottom ones here, we do have a guaranteed 5-star ticket of an attacker here to start it out, and of course we do have the defender ticket, the healer 5-star ticket, the debuffer 5-star ticket, and the supporter 5-star ticket. So just do keep in mind your own child archive and do choose accordingly based on your current 5-star units. As for a newer player, I would honestly suggest to pick up the 5-star supporter ticket and the 5-star attacker summoning ticket. Now if you are a veteran player, of course you do have your archive in mind, so do choose accordingly based on your units and uncaps for lesson 2. Now heading on to lesson 3, of course lesson 3 is pretty identical to lesson 2, as you can just pick 2 5-star tickets yet again. So do keep in mind my recommendations of lesson 2 and rewind the video a bit if you guys have just forgotten on what I did recommend for the beginners and intermediate players. As for the quest here of lesson 3, we do have extract Onyx and awaken any child to D class. So pretty self-explanatory yet again, as it all is for the entire Lisa's Extra lessons. All you have to do is extract a unit in the Onyx conversion and of course awaken any child to D class, and you can pick up 2 more 5-star tickets here. As for lesson 4 here, of course it's 2 5-star tickets yet again, so overall 6 5-star summoning tickets throughout the lesson so far. And for the quest here, they haven't been unlocked yet, but we do have sell items to get 500 gold. Current will be 0 gold, as of course they aren't unlocked yet. We also do have fight 5 battles in the story mode, any difficulty, current 0 battles. Now of course once lesson 4 does unlock, you will be eligible to complete these quests here and of course obtain 2 more 5-star summoning tickets. Now do keep in mind my recommendations yet again from lessons 2 and 3. If you are a beginner player, I would personally suggest picking up a 5-star supporter summoning ticket and a 5-star summoning attacker ticket. Now of course do keep in mind as well your choosing from lesson 1. So let's say you did pick up Forbidden Eve on lesson 1, then maybe you don't need a 5-star attacker summoning ticket. Maybe you do want a defender ticket, etc., and do want to expand your archive even more. So something to keep in mind when choosing your 5-star summoning tickets here. Moving on to lesson 5, it does change up quite a bit, as you can actually choose 2 more childs here. Now we do have here the quest here of lesson 5. We do have fight in the Night World's daily material dungeon, and we also do have fight in the Night World's underground on any difficulty. So very easy quest yet again here. And for the rewards, you will be able to pick 2 of the units listed below. As for the beginners recommendations of myself, I would personally recommend you guys to pick up a unit such as Newbie Mona, as Newbie Mona is a very top tier Ragnarok supporter unit, a very top tier world boss unit, and a very top tier PvE unit yet again. Now she does have some use in the PvP side of the game, so do keep in mind if you do want a supporter that does benefit you in all events and areas of Destiny Child. As for my second recommendation of lesson 5 here, I would personally recommend here the 5-star debuffer Lady Bathory, as Lady Bathory is a very top tier debuffer unit. She's used across all world boss trials, does have very top tier ratings in PvP, so if you are a newer player, she will benefit you very much, as you can just put together a team throughout the Lisa's lessons for the Devil Rumble and start to earn some crystals weekly from the Devil Rumble side of the game. Now if you do have Newbie Mona, let's say you do want another supporter unit, do look further to Neptune here, as Neptune is an amazing supporter unit. She does have heals on her slide skill, her drive skill is very amazing, she is top tier overall in PvP, she is seen quite a bit in the Devil Rumble and does help your team a ton, as you don't have to worry about placing a pure healer unit on your team. You can just toss on Neptune and she will do all of the work for you. So do consider choosing Neptune if you do need an additional supporter unit. She is very top tier. So those would be my recommendations for lesson 5. In order, I would say Newbie Mona, Lady Bathory, the wood type debuffer, and of course hard worker Neptune here if you do need a light type supporter unit and don't have her already, as she's very top tier and will help you throughout all events, as currently she is helping myself with the Kane Ragnarok event. As for veteran players, of course, if you don't have your Newbie Mona, Lady Bathory, and hard worker Neptune here all maxed out to +6, do be sure to choose those units. Now if you do have any of these units maxed out, then consider choosing some world boss staples. We do have amazing world boss staples featured here on lesson 5. As you can see, we do have Brownie here if you don't have her maxed out just yet. We also do have Lou in here. If we scroll up a little bit more, we do have Citri, the light type supporter unit, and we also do have Sun Beach Mona here. So if you haven't yet maxed out those precious world boss unit staples, do be sure to try and pick those up from lesson 5 if you are a veteran player. Otherwise, just consider your archive when choosing lesson 5 and uncap accordingly based on your personal account. Now moving on to lesson 6 here, of course we do have the quest available. Go on a night world exploration in any area for any iteration, and we also do have go on night world explorations for 3 hours in any area. Now after completing these sets of quests, we of course can be eligible to claim one of the following rewards. We do have here weapon, armor, and accessory crafting stones. We have 12 million gold here and 1.2 million onyx, as well as 12,222 crystals. Now as for a beginner player, I would personally recommend you guys to pick the onyx or the crystals, as of course the onyx will be very scarce when upgrading these units, and it will help a ton as you do progress throughout the game and pull more 5-star units that you do want to awaken for, let's say, PvP, the Ragnarok events, etc. Now if you are a veteran player, then consider choosing your resources accordingly. If you are low on gold, of course pick some gold. If you are low on onyx, pick some onyx. Low on crystals, pick some crystals. As for lesson 7 here, we of course do have ignition core materials. As for the quest here, we do have join 3 Devil Rumble matches in the Night World, and of course win a Devil Rumble in the Night World. So very easy here on lesson 7, and of course across the board of the Lisa's extra lessons. As for my recommendation of the ignition core material, depending on which core material you do need, let's say you want some cores for your supporter units, then maybe choose some of the amp defense core materials here. Based on whoever you're igniting, honestly just choose those cores appropriately. Now the basic core material to choose would probably be the amp attack core material if you do want to go with the safest option. As for the grade all reward here, of course I'm going to be recommending, based on you all submitting the 6 to 7 assignments at an A+ grade, you will be rewarded with a 4 final reward choosing, and of course accordingly, let's say you do submit 3 to 5, you will be able to choose 2 of them, and if you do submit 0 to 2 assignments, you will be able to choose 1. Now let's say you did submit all 7 assignments, you will be eligible to pick 4 of the rewards here. Now my personal recommendations would of course be to choose the 2019 Child Select Box here as your first option. The next option here would be to choose the 2019 Prism Soul Carta Select Box, as of course we do have the Precious Soul Carta here in a Prism version, the Showtime Carta. Now of course Showtime is top tier, so I would recommend choosing the Showtime Carta and the Prism Carta Select Box. As for the third reward here, I would suggest choosing the Soul Carta box yet again. Even though they're not uncapped or Prism, I would still suggest choosing it, as of course you can pick up the Showtime Carta yet again or any other of these cartas based on your archive. Now the last recommendation of myself on the final overall rewards would be to choose the Ignition Core Material Select Box, and you can choose accordingly based on which cores you do need for your ignition status. But anyways everyone, that'll do it for today's Destiny Child video, and of course our overview of the Lisa's Extra Lessons event. If you guys personally do have any recommendations of yourself, be sure to leave them in the comment section below, as of course I would like to pin a comment if I do see any recommendations that are fit for beginner or veteran players. And of course make sure to let me know in the comment section below if you did choose any of your units just yet, and summoning tickets as well. But before you go everyone, if you did enjoy today's Destiny Child video, make sure to let me know in the comment section below, and of course make sure to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't yet already done so, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying the Destiny Child content, and of course would like to stay tuned for more of the 2nd anniversary content of Destiny Child Global. But with all of that being said, I'll see you all in tomorrow's Destiny Child video. Thank you all so much for watching.